Hello, loves, and I hope you had a soft new moon in Sagittarius. For myself, it was not. um, it's a very curious time right now. We just finished the eclipse season, which was quite a ride, quite charged. And then we have this new moon in Sagittarius season. And Sag is full of fiery energy, full of adventure, really about the big vision. And so we have this kind of interesting mix of energy of being shaken up from the eclipse season, having this big, expansive, optimistic energy, yet we're also sitting here at a tender and vulnerable new moon. So if you're feeling all those things, I'm right there with you. I'm feeling it too. So here are a couple points that can help us with those processes, right? So first of all, to situate ourselves in the grander scheme of things, we're coming and feeling that we're coming to these conclusions, right? So we're ending a 1-year cycle from 2020 to 2021. We're concluding a cycle of 3 years as well. So it's a good moment to check in to where you were 3 years ago. I can clearly remember a significant initiation 3 years ago that is coming to kind of a full round right now. And there is the 20-year cycle that's coming to a conclusion. So there's really big energies, really a lot servicing, really a lot to sit with and reflect upon. And the first thing that I would say always is to ground, of course, and to create the space to reflect upon these significant moments and these, and the reason why I love this work with the new moon, with following cycles, with these things is these are reference points. These are points where we can, find our ground and check in and honor the path that it took for us to get here where we are now, you know? And with that in mind, one of the messages coming through really strong in my sessions and for myself and just as a collective, one of the energies that we've been working with quite a lot is the snake energy. It's time to heal, says the snake. Yes, we've been going through quite the collective healing and individual healing, especially for those who are devoted to the healing path, who have been on this path for a very long time. I bow to you. Thank you for being on this path as well. So the snake energy really wanted to speak because when we are dealing with all these wounds, all these shadow parts of ourselves, it could be very overwhelming. We could question ourselves. We could feel like maybe we're not doing things right, like really doubt ourselves, feeling like, why isn't it working for me? How come this is happening to me? This must be a bad sign. But I assure you, this is not a bad sign. Things come up because we're ready to see them. We're ready to sit with them. We're ready to hold them. We're ready to really be with them and feel them. And that's the way that we can let it pass through us and not hold on to it anymore as armor and not hold on to it anymore in our stories, right? So when we ask for the healing path, this is a part of it. It's a part of it to be faced with these triggers, to be triggered in our wounds, right in those spots, And so one of the strong messages coming through was to say that you asked for peace. Well, you will be shown all the ways in which you don't allow peace for yourself, right? And so one of the big things that we can do for ourselves with this is to forgive ourselves. to forgive ourselves, to hold us in a space of honoring our path, honoring that we're ready to hold ourselves here. You know, if we wish to hold one another and hold others and guide others through their healing journey, then we must hold ourselves and face and really go through our own healing journeys. So that was a very strong message coming through. Thank you. It is not easy. It's quite the ride. And so bow to yourselves, bow to others who are going through this process. Because as we heal ourselves, as we hold one another, we are bringing the bridge, we are embodying that bridge between the wounded self and the self who feels whole and connected and loved. So I encourage you to sit at this new moon, to connect with your bigger vision, the bigger vision, the things that really feed your creative fire, to really hone in on what it is that nourishes you, and to get very clear on planting that seed for this next lunar cycle. I hope that you are well. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves. We are all in this together. I love you so much. I'll talk to you very soon. There is so much happening. Until we meet again.